Welcome everybody. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the last class, we looked at the words ending in kakara, means in ka in the end, not ka, but it's just the halanta ka. So in Ashtadhyayi, instead of saying k, k, g, like straining the vocal apparatus, we simply say kakara, khakara, gakara, chakara, like that. So we saw the word example, that was watch. And then one of the things that I didn't have much information later on, I had to find out, was when any chandas is there, and especially these seven chandas listed here, Gayatri, Ushnik, Anushtup, Brihati, Pankti, Trishtup, and Jagati, when one of the chandas, when there is one extra letter, then they also get a name called Bhurij. So that was one thing I wanted to highlight, and this is a typical shloka, chandas format. So if you go to Vishnu Sahasranamam, which is mostly in Anushtup, same with Bhagavad Gita, and many parts of the Ramayana and the major in Valmiki Ramayana, they are all written in Anushtup. So it has like 32 letters. But anywhere, if there is 30, then it gets that name as well. So watch is the one we were looking. So let me see if I can quickly go to the place. But before we do, let's take a look and we quickly say these pratyas one time, so it become a habit for us. So su, au, jas, sambodhana is same as prathama. Why? Pratipadika linga parimana vachana matre prathama, that is the sutra. And the next one says sambodhanecha. So sambodhana and prathama, they get the prathama and the sambodhana, they get the same prathama vibhakti. There is no difference in here. Dvitiya onwards, there is difference. So outshas, tabhyam bhis, gebhyam bhis, ngasibhyam bhis, ngasosam, niosup. So when we buy some of the vegetables, so we bring it home, we just don't simply eat as it is. Some you can, but others you have some processing to do. So same thing, we can treat this as tomato, which you can wash and eat it, or you can just eat raw, like a carrot or something. But these are other vegetables where you have to clean something up, like potato, peel the skin and stuff like that. So that example gels and rhymes very well. What happens is Panini created these markers. So based on which marker it is, he later on defines what rule is going to get applied. And that's a very, very clever system. There is no other language in this entire planet that has that kind of system. Because of that, he condensed the number of words that are required to describe any sort of a meta rule. So you can say this is the most sophisticated linguistic engine ever invented by a human being, was Maharishi Panini. And that's why I say the greatest human being ever walked on the planet is no other than our Bhagavan Panini, who gave us this easy method to master Sanskritam. And why we have to master Sanskritam, I spoke before. The entire Vangmaya, entire Shastra, the knowledge and the heritage, then the whole thing that is passed down from generations, the shloka that we happily say it and forget is like Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So starting from Sadashiva, the lineage of teaching, the Shiva taught somebody and that somebody taught somebody, and it all came down all the way down to Adi Shankaracharya. And then from that onwards, again, it went, further down and finally came to my Acharya. And from my Acharya, it came to me, and from me, it's going to somebody else. That lineage, So people, they say Vande means Guru Paramparam. That parampara, that nirantarata, that continuity, the continuum that was there from the day the first knowledge was parted to a disciple, that parampara, that lineage is still alive. And because of that only knowledge goes from one generation to another generation. So like that, Maharshi Panini, he created these wonderful meta rules. So let's come back here. So the rule that we studied is, if the words ending in chakara, then it gets replaced with kakara, and whatever is on based on the rule number 4, whatever is in the first varga, it gets replaced with the third varga. So the first form, you will have two forms. So for example, if you come here and you look at this example as, oh, my bad, sometimes these electronics, and let's pick a black color so it's highlight. So you take watch, for example. So watch, what happens is, based on rule number, the rule number what we had is, if haladi supratyas are there, haladi means in the beginning there has to be an hal. So what happens? So because sakara is a hal, so it will become watch, and watch, sorry, is going to become to, it's going to become, yeah, that's a, so if I do this, sorry for the troubles, I don't know why the eraser not working. Yeah, it's still writing. Let me see if, oh, perfect, found the easy way. So if you take the watch, for example, is the pratipadika, then we get the two forms. We get vak and we get vag. Alright, so now this is how is not gonna get joined to this one. How will it connect to this pratipadika? So it will become vachau. Then this here become vachaha. Same thing, no change here. This one will become vacham. This one will vachau. Same thing, same vacham. Right, and then it will become vacha. So bhyam, now what happened is, this it's not going to be vach bhyam, right? The first letter got converted, and based on the rule, we have seen it before. Whenever these two forms are there, typically it takes the third column form. So this one here, it will become vagbhyam. Same thing here, bhis is same thing, so it will become vag and then bhis, bhyam, bhyas, bhyas. Same thing here, it will become vache. Then you have vachaha, and then vachaha. Then you have vachi, and then here it will become vacho. Here, the last one, what happens is, it should be, this is sup haladi, so it become vak like that, and then su, this su gets converted to shu, like shasha Vishnu, that sha, and then the kakara and shakara, they bigger together, and it will become vakshu. So that's how we quickly derived the vach shabda based on the rule. Now, same thing applies to if you want to do this like a ritvij, for example. So the pratipadika we are taking is ritvij. Yeah, I need to get a better tool so I can rest my hand on the device I'm writing. otherwise this touch sensitive. So same thing here, this is ending in chakara, so you will have ending in kakara and gakara, and all the bhyams are gonna get ritvik bhyam. So instead of a ritvich bhyam, it will become uh, ritvik bhyam. So it will become bhyam. You will add to that one. So if I write ritvik bhyam, same thing here, same thing, bhis, bhihi, bhyaha, bhyaha, and what else? Here it will become Ritvik, same thing. It's ka plus su. This will convert it into shu. It will become shu. Ritvik shu. Ritvik, Ritvik shu. Here, what happens? Same. Rest is all same. It will become Ritvijavu, Ritvijaha. It will be Ritvijavu, Ritvijaha. Hey Ritvij. Uh, Hey Ritvik, Hey Ritvig. Then here Ritvija, same as that one. Then here it will become Ritwijam, Ritwijau, then Ritvijaha, then Ritvija, Ritvigbyam, Ritvigbhi, Ritvije, Ritvigbyam, Ritvigbhyaha, Ritvijaha, Ritvigbyam, Ritvigbhyaha, Ritvijaha, Ritvijoh, Ritwijam, then Ritviji, Ritvajoh, and Ritvikshu. That's it. So when you understand this simple formula, then finding and the words and everything, it becomes a lot easier. There is nothing to memorize, and all we have to do is take few examples and say it over and over, and then it starts making sense for us. So let me clear this page so it doesn't overwrite. So same way, so if you, now we will come back to this one. There is rule number 12 applies here, so we'll look at the rule number 12. So we I think I already talked about this one. Whenever there is bhurij, the last class I talked about it a little bit. The meaning of the bhurij is any chandas that has one extra letter. So if you come back here and look to these these 7 of them, if there is one extra letter, so instead of 24 there is 25, instead of 28, 29, like that, then what happens is they also get a name called bhurij. So especially it applies to these 7 kind of chandas. These are, for people who are new to reading Devanagari script, I can read it. These are Gayatri, Ushnik, Anushtup, Brihati, Pankti, Trishtup, and Jagati. These are the 7 chanda type in which if there is one extra varna or letter, then it gets the name Bhurij. So we read the chakaranta. So just like vach, you can do tvach. Tvach means skin. Shuch means to clean, and shruch means what is shruch? Yajna. So that's why sruk. Sruk is the spoon that is used to offer the ghee into the oblative fire, basically, as an oblation. Whenever they perform the yajna, they mantra and this is swaha, and they add few drops of this clarified butter, we call it ghee, into the fire. So that spoon, it is called sruk. So it is the same word, sruch. So, and shuch means shuchi, it's like cleaning, and shuch means shoka also. So yeah, shoka here is giving as shok, somebody who is mourning, basically, in the separation of a family member or something. He is in a mourning period, and then that is called shuch. So shok word is shuk, derived from this one. Tvach means skin, and then vach is, I already said, is saying, talking, and like that. So now let's look at today's, and then jakaranta shabdas, I listed some of them. Yeah, Ritvij is the one who is doing the yajna, doing all the offerings into the fire. That person is called Ritvij. Same way, Sraja, um, Sraja is, what is the meaning of Sraja? Sraja means mala, means a garland, and Vanij means a businessman, and then Ushij means somebody who desires something, and Bhurij I already given an example. So we look at through those ones. As sort of a custom, I wouldn't call it tradition, but it became sort of a habit whenever these things come. It's just a good practice to quickly say it once. So Suau just after a few slides, I'm gonna start putting this, because by then you will, if you go through 6 exercises and say with me enough times, then these things start staying in your mind. Then I don't have to clutter the presentation with the repetitive stuff. So let's say it one more time. Prathama in Sambodhana. I think earlier 4 lessons or 4 talks, I made a mistake of putting Sambodhana in the end, like most of the books written by the Western scholars or the modern grammarians, they do. But if we should adhere, we should stick to the Panini style of teaching as much as possible. So, as per Panini, Maharishi Panini, what he did is there is Pratipadika Linga Parimana Vachana Matre Prathma, there is a sutra. And the next sutra after that immediately says Sambodhanecha. So that's why I keep these two things together. And Dvitiya onwards, I have written here. And then try to do some color coding here. There is no specific reason. If you don't like any of this thing, just make your own one. The reason I did is because the behavior sort of indicates that. So let's not go into details of behavior. Quickly say this: Su aujas. Sambodhana again. Su aujas. Out. There's a takara you have to pronounce, because what happens is this sut is one of the pratyahara that comes, sudana punsakasya in the sutra. So sut, out, shas, tabhyam bhis, ngebhyam bhyas, ngasibhyam bhyas, ngas os ni os sup. So there are I believe there is once I listened uh, to one of the very renowned grammarian, has been teaching for a long time, all his lifetime, and he teaches his students like this: Visarga, then he skips this one, Visarga a a, then aha a e. So he teaches like that, and he makes sure that you say it like you're talking your normal language at that speed, and he says just get used to it. And here he does the same thing: au bhyam os, and then here it says aha bhihi bhyah su. And I don't know, if you feel like doing memorizing that way and makes your life easier, by all means definitely do it. The idea is basically you need to remember. So when these simple meta rules they start making sense to you, it becomes much easier just to know what vibhakti is going to come, and naturally with some practice you'll be able to quickly say what is the Shabda Rupa. Now we covered rule number 11 in some detail. Now let's go to rule number 12. So 12 says, if it is a Jakaranta Shabda, there is a special rule. If these kind of Jakarantas there, like Raj, Srij, Mrij, Yaj, and then Chakaranta Shabda, then ending in Cha. So these two kinds of Shabdas, ending in Cha or ending in Ja, in what happens is they both gets replaced with an Dakara. So it's a ta tha da da, that da is there, but da is in the third column. So what I mean by third column is I have shown this. So da is this one. So whenever there is a third column, it automatically converts it into a second form, and that becomes your the second form. So for example, if you take Samraj, means king or emperor, like conquered a vast countries, and he's sort of the sitting emperor. So what do you say instead of Samraj? So first thing you do is this one will become Samrad, and then the da will change into Samta. So it becomes Samrat and Samrat. Those are the two forms. So let's quickly take a look how the words are derived based on that rule. So you have the Pratipadika listed as uh, some Samra J. Sorry, not ta. It's ja. So what happens is here you will have two forms. What will be the two form? You have some ra t, and you will have some ra d. So first the da, and then the da gets converted to ta. So you have two forms there. There is no vibhakti change here. So here you have some ra jav, and here it will be jaha. Sa mra jaha. And same thing here, hey samrat, and you do the same thing, two forms. So same thing, it comes here, same thing here, no change there. Here is there, so is simply just joining there is no, there is no rule, there is no transformation here. So you if I quickly go here, so you have some sa mra j plus so this jakara and akara, they will become ja and the samra just same stays like that. So samrajam, so here it is, some samrajam, it will be ja, samraja. Here j, so there is nothing here, mra j. Here aha, so samrajaha, same thing here, and then here it will become samraji. Alright, so same thing here, au, there is no change. Here it's as a bhakaradi, the bhakaradi, how many are there? These haladi pratyas, these are 6, this 7, and this 8. So what happens is you get only two forms in the beginning, and everywhere else you get only one form. But if the rule is prescribing number 3 and number 1 at the same time, and what I mean by the number 3 and number 1, I described it before, and I try to do the same thing here to explain. I don't know why. Okay, so when I explain is number 3, this da is there, then the ta will optionally come as well. So once you understand that one, so when the third one comes, even though optionally comes on the first vibhakti, when the sa comes, for here it's always the third form. So it will become sorry for the glitch. So here it will become sa mrad bhyam, and then it will be da, and then bhyam, same here, and then it will be samra, and bhis will become bhi, and then same here is bhyaha and bhyaha, and then you pick the out of the two forms, so sa mra t, and then you have sa mra d. So if I name this as 1 and 2, so here it will be 1 1 1, oh sorry, not 2 2 2 2, and here it will be 2 2 2, and here it will be 1. So out of these two, ending in sakara, that gets the first form, and then the bhyam, these are ending they get the second form. So that's how you derive. Here it will be just there is nothing here. It is be some jo, and same thing here. So Samraj we decided. So now if you come back and look at the list of the words, so what happens? So if I come back to the, let me clear this. If I come back to this one, so what are the other words we can do? Samrad, we did it, and then Parivraj means like a monk, basically a monk who renounced everything. So he's called Parivraj. That Jakara, like that is gonna behave the exact same way. It will convert into Dakara, and then it will convert into Takara. So these are the exceptional special cases. See, in case of Ritvik, that Ritvij, that was a Jakara, but it converted into Gakara, and Gakara, converted into Ka. But here it is converting into Da, and the Da is becoming Ta. Based on, there is an exceptional, for people who are curious, they can look at the Ashtadhyayi Sutra number 8 to 36. It is called Vrascha, Bhrascha, Srija, Mrija, Raja, Bhraja, Chasham, Shaha. If you look at that sutra, that says the words he listed there quickly are which one is Vrascha? Yeah, no, not these. Oh, I didn't write them here. I meant to, but or maybe I did somewhere. Yeah, I didn't write it. So it will be something like yeah. Oh, sorry, I wrote here. So Raja, Srija, Mrija, Yaja, and then Bhraja is there, and then Chasham Saha. So Chakara ending in. So when we come, so next word is Pracha. So Pracha means somebody who asks questions. So in that we can take a look. Same thing. What will first form? What will happen? So if you go back to this table and you say your word is Pracha. So that is the Pratipadika. So what is the first things gonna happen? So you will have, this one will become Prad, and then Prat. So you know the rest. Wherever it is vowel, you just join it to the Pratipadika. Wherever it is vowel, you join it to the Pratipadika. So if I'd say one is vowel. You join directly anything that is ending in ach. Ach means vowel. You directly join it to the Pratipadika, and this Rupa is done. And then what happens is, I'll put this as number 2. So these are number 2. So what happens here? You pick the Pratsu. So here you pick this form, the third, the first letter, Prat. Yeah, Prat. And then for all these 6 of these, you pick the Parad. And everything else is Ach, therefore you can simply join it to this, so it will become Prachi. Sorry. Here become Pracha. Then it is Prache. And so on. So you can fill the table. Here only it will become Pradhyam, Pradbhihi, Pradbhyam, Pradbhyah, Pradbhyam, Pradbhyas. That's it. Everything. Here it will become Pracham. Yeah, so see how easy it became. Now we are flying through these things very very easily because we sort of understood the formula. And if you do this way, what happens is by the time you get to the vowel ending letters, you have already seen enough of these transformation through various examples that whatever the pratyaya is there, it becomes sort of a second nature for you. And then based on that, you can quickly give the rupas out of just memory. Even if there is a lag of few seconds, you'll still be able to quickly uh, come back with all the words instead of memorizing like a rote memorization that typically people can do. So that's the whole idea. So if you yeah, so if you maintain this, if you keep practicing it, you will definitely get there. So what I'll do, I'll take a stop here. I don't want this video to be too long, but what's going to happen is in the next class we will look at the nakaranta shabda. So this nakaranta shabda very interesting because there is one called dandin is an one shabda, uh, and then there is rajan is another shabda. Then there are like some special rules that applies, and we will talk about it. And I think there are like a handful of rules that are needed to define these nakaranta shabdas. And once we learn that thing, then we will move on to the ach shabdas, alanta shabdas. Oh, there are a few more alanta shabdas, and after that we will move to the ach. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach. I left my email. Just want to thank everybody who liked and supported and subscribed. Now, instead of some confusing ID, we got a good email that everybody can remember. It's Panini_Ashtadhyayi at outlook.com. I could not get a gmail.com. It's already taken. And then so yeah, Panini_Ashtadhyayi.com. So if you have any feedback, questions, let me know. Anything particular that you are interested, please do not hesitate to reach back. If if there are enough people, they want to meet, once a week or for a live session or something, we can arrange something like that. So looking forward to hear from you for the feedback. So talk to you soon.